So now I'm going to show you a little bit about dysphagia and the IDDSI levels. If needed, there is a fantastic app available, which is a great way to check lots of info during your calls and stuff like that. So dysphagia is defined as a difficulty in swallowing. IDDSI stands for International Dysphagia Diet Standardization Initiative, which is a global initiative to improve the lives of over 590 million people worldwide living with dysphagia. It was started to be implemented in the UK on the 1st of April 2018, so a couple of years ago. Care homes on the whole have embraced this, but many still only do pureed chopped or normal sized food. Usually, dietitians and speech therapists decide what level residents are prescribed, and not all homes have access to these. IDDSI is split into drinks and food. Usually the chefs deal with the food and the front-facing staff deal with the drinks. So drinks go from 1 to 4, which is moderate to extremely thick, and food goes from 3 to 7, which is moderately thick to easy to chew regular. 7 changed last year to 2 sections. 7 easy to chew, which is normal everyday foods of mixed consistency, but does not include hard, tough, stringy, crunchy or crumbly bits, pips, seeds, husks or bones, and 7 regular, which is all foods in all sizes and states. So the easiest way to show this is with peaches. So IDDSI level 3 is thin. IDDSI level 4 is extremely thick, usually eaten with a spoon, cannot be drunk from a cup. The fork test shows it has no lumps in it, and when pressed with a fork, it leaves a clear pattern. It doesn't fall through the prongs of a fork and sits no lump on top. The spoon test is it comes off in one easy lump. Not everyone wants to live on peaches. So as an example of what can be done with this, just get some mashed potato, some salmon, and some vegetables or peas. And that's just a quick version of a fish pie. Level 5 is minced and moist. So it can be eaten with a fork, can be shaped and scooped. No biting is required. Small lumps should be visible. For pediatrics, less than 2 millimeters in width and 8 millimeters in length. For adults is 4 millimeters wide and 15 millimeters in length. So a quick one for a fork is they should go through the prongs of a fork. They should be small enough to go through the prongs of a fork. Another way to use it is it can now be formed into a ball, as long as it can be, when it is eaten, it can be, it will fall apart and be easy to eat. And the reason it's called minced and moist is you can now introduce the gravies, as long as the sauces and the liquids don't split out and pour and become separate from the main piece. Level 6, soft and bite-sized. So it can be mashed down, broken with pressure from a fork. A knife is not required to cut this food, and chewing is required before swallowing. For pediatrics, it's 8 millimeter pieces. For adults, it's 15 millimeter pieces. Pressure from a fork held on its side will cut or break the food. As you can see with the salmon piece, it breaks down into smaller, easier to chew pieces. with a piece of chicken using the back of a spoon. It can be broken apart and does not go back into its original form. Seven, easy to chew, is basically the same as number 6, but now you can start introducing gravies and sauces separately instead of having to be combined into them. So now you can start introducing custard on the side of a sticky toffee pudding and a pie with a pastry lid and separate filling, as long as they pass the level 6 tests. 7 regular is pretty much normal food, although as you can see there's no such thing as normal.